This is Adam Jocek with Duck News. So you like comedy and you like sports, then ComedySportz is just for you. Even if you don't like sports, but you really like to laugh out loud, then don't miss ComedySportz Houston. This improv comedy troupe is performing live at CyFair Lone Star. Now, here with more is Brett Lundquist.
Hey, thanks. I'm here today with Miguel Sanchez, who's a student here at CyFair Lone Star, and also works for a company called ComedySportz Houston, and they're actually coming to CyFair to do a show in September. Miguel,
hi.
Tell us a little bit about what ComedySportz is.
Well, ComedySportz is interactive comedy, and interactive improv. And what we do is we have a theater in Houston, and people come and it's set up just like a theater. We have a green stage so it looks like a field, and we just get up and we do improvised scenes and games and have a lot of interaction with the audience, have them come up on stage or get suggestions from them, and just a whole bunch of improv.
Improv, so nothing scripted?
Absolutely nothing.
Absolutely nothing scripted. But you do have like a plan of what you're going to,
Right,
scenarios you're going to do, some kind of...
Sort of. What we do is we pick the games that we're going to play. We have a whole list of 100 games that we play, and for a show, we play about 8 games in a show, and that's pretty much it. That's all we know. We get suggestions. We know how to play the games, the setup rules for a game, and we have 4 minutes to do a scene based on a suggestion from an audience member, and we just go to town.
So the audience gives you suggestions, and you guys go by what the audience is saying.
That's right.
You really go in, you're walking in blind into what you're going to do, and
exactly.
It goes from there. So it sounds like a lot of fun, a lot of craziness. What's probably the craziest thing an audience member has told you to do?
You know, really, it's more, the suggestions that we get really aren't as crazy. It's really just the kind of things we do on stage that become crazy. Because then we get suggestions and it's just like a book or the name of a restaurant, and then next thing you know, we're on stage and we're flipping off the stage and doing just craziness.
Craziness.
Yeah.
It's fun to be in too, I imagine.
Oh yes, It's a lot of fun.
So now you're in the Houston ComedySportz, but you're also a student here.
That's right.
And what are you taking here at CyFair?
I'm just doing basics here, take a lot of the core curriculum, and I do theater here, do a lot of the technical theater here at the school, and when I'm not here, I do ComedySportz.
Is this the first performance you guys done at CyFair?
It is the very first performance here at CyFair, and what it is, it's called it's a remote, where we do private shows or shows for, they're like away matches, away shows really is what we kind of look at them as. So we bring our show to you.
Okay. And you do this just mainly in schools, or who do you do these shows for?
Well, we do it in our theater on Fridays and Saturday nights at 8 o'clock. And we also do it for churches, colleges, private events. We just went to Dallas this week for Capital One, and they were doing a customer appreciation. We did a show there in the hotel. So we just, really, if a customer calls and says, hey, we want a show, they book us, and we travel to wherever it is and we do it.
So what are some of the comments from audience members after the show? What kind of responses do you get?
They are almost always positive. I mean, if you do something that I don't think we've ever done something that was bad, you know, but they always come out. What we do at the end of the show, we stand out the doors and we high-five people, and we say thank you for coming, and they almost always pull us aside individually and say, oh, I really loved what you did, or hey, that was so funny, or that was one of the best shows I've seen. I've been coming for 15 years. And we actually had a show like that the other night. We had a patron for 15 years. It was her last show coming to see ComedySportz, and she was moving, so she wanted to see it one last weekend, and she loved it. She said it was the best show she had seen.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Sounds like very exciting. I know I've seen similar things on television that do that, and with accomplished actors and that doing it, and they're always real funny doing it. So I imagine just us ordinary folks doing this, it probably comes out even a lot better, because there's probably less stageness and less worry about how they're going to become perceived over to the audience, and probably more.
Oh yeah, I mean, some people handle it differently, but most of all, we all kind of feel comfortable on the stage, and we all know each other. We get together once a week to rehearse, practice, and we're all really good friends. So whenever we get on stage with each other, we trust each other. And
How many members in the troupe?
that's a good question. There's 18, 19 members in the troupe. It fluctuates.
How many will be at the performance?
Okay. It'll probably be a 6-player thing, so 3 players on each team, a referee, and a Mr. Voice, which is he provides the sound effects and the point system, and it's a lot of fun.
So a referee, and then you'll have a voice that
Exactly
commentates on what's going on, or
kind of. What he does is he sits off in the back, like in a booth or something, and with a microphone, and he watches the show, and he interacts with the referee, who's kind of like the host of the show. And during different games, he'll provide sound effects and keep track of the point system, like who's winning, and yeah.
And then the referee?
A referee is there to pump up the audience at first, like before the teams come in, and then she or he is there to make sure there are no fouls called or anything, because we have a thing like a brown bag or groaner foul, which is if anything is said that shouldn't be said on stage. Because ComedySportz is squeaky clean. Oh, okay. So if we kind of breach that limit, a brown bag gets placed over that player or the audience member's head, depending on what the suggestion they gave us, if it's bad or not.
So is this something that little kids can come to?
Oh, little kids, definitely. Our shows are for all ages, and so that's why we go by the rule of squeaky clean, and we practice like that. We make sure that we're trained not to do something that's offensive.
For more information, you can go to LoneStar.edu, or you can contact the drama department here at CyFair Lone Star. Thanks again.